And here were the Memphis Grizzlies, focused on the task at hand as they came into the arena earlier on. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. From the plains of Oklahoma, welcome high above downtown Oklahoma City. Hello everyone, proud to bring you Wednesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Adams.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Jackson is out there with Brooks. Then it's Morant. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Winslow in at the shooting guard. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Ferguson in at the small forward. Long season, Brent, halfway through. Some teams try to create camaraderie with team dinners and team trips, and I would think that would help.
Well, that helps with your personal savings. You're not spending.
Absolutely,
you're not spending your per diem.
No per diem spend.
Well, there's a tremendous article that was written last year about what it is that Greg Popovich created in San Antonio. Funny thing, when that article came out about the Spurs dinner culture, I had people that were calling me up going, "You should read this," and I said, "Read it. I lived it."
I'm right in the
Are you
middle
kidding
of
me?
it.
But absolutely, time like that, time where you have conversation, time in front of one another, where you learn about. Hopefully you're learning about the vulnerabilities of your teammate, because in the end that's what ends up making you stronger. So I think those kind of things help immensely. Nice delivery there. You can't hesitate when a man comes free on the perimeter. He got it, went right into the shot.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Now here's Morant, defended by Paul. Here's the teardrop, and it's Morant missing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he lays it straight in.
Gilgeous-Alexander, fantastic concentration.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Now Morant. Against Miami, he was really on his game. Here's Jackson. Makes it off the glass. Jackson's got his second basket of the night.
I like to see Jackson with these kind of plays, getting into the paint and then getting a little bit more creative with the scoring opportunity.
He lobs it up.
And the passer floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. One player he mentioned was Chris Paul. Coach said he is just a gamer. He'll do whatever it takes to win. And we've got to have that same determination. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Paul. After the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. The pass to Ferguson. Over Brooks. No good that time. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
Yeah, and going back and watching that game, there was not one spot on the floor that they did not own. Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Now here's Paul. In the game against Chicago, very impressive. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Memphis. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Now here's Paul. He's had his share of big nights at the offensive end, that's for sure. His scoring average is at 18 points a game. The Thunder with another miss. Grizzlies have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And Gallinari kicks to Paul. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And it's Gallinari missing.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Now here's Morant. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Pulls up on the elbow. That one a little long.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
Paul passes to Ferguson to stop the drought. Sinks the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Morant. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Brooks. Jackson with it. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And Adams sends it back.
Well, he can be intimidating. Steven Adams, such a big frame down there, and great timing on that block.
Morant with it. Chris Paul covering. 5 to shoot. Here's Brooks. And again, Memphis no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick and Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
Paul looking over the floor. Out left to the wing. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's tightly guarded. Back to Paul. Jacks up a three. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable with his length.
Well, it's just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position.
Here's Morant. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Valanciunas against Adams, and the whistle blows as the basket counts in a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. Memphis shooting their first free throw of the evening. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Valanciunas no good on that. And last season, Jonas Valanciunas averaging the fewest minutes of his career. Greg, at the same time, he was playing the best basketball of his career.
I mean, his scoring per minute through the roof. Rebounding at a career high level. He can dominate inside, especially at that offensive end.
And that one is off. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses from short range. And for Memphis, they're shooting just about an even 40% to start. Brooks with no one around. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Valanciunas, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Schroeder looking around. Left side, Adams. The three ball. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 points in the game.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Memphis trailing here. And here's Morant. He's still scoreless so far in this one. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Now here's Adams. The 9-foot shot. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
I like to see Steven Adams continue to work on that J on the inside. Sometimes he can get it going.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And how about a look at the most recent power rankings? Very telling, even though, guys, we're just still in December. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And checking out the Thunder, they've started out slow. It's not for a lack of want to. It's just the way the roster is composed. They have as many questions on that roster as they have answers.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Grizzlies. They trail by 1. Pass to Anderson. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. To the paint, got a piece of it. And it's Memphis on the break. Here's Anderson. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And that one's good. Schroeder. And the Thunder lead by 3.
You can see how Schroeder's eyes get big whenever he has a chance like that. Surprising from the point guard position.
And for Memphis, they're shooting 40% here in the early stages. Here's Clark. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Up top, Jang. Adams defending. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 18 feet out. Jang, no luck.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Left side, Anderson. And it's Noel with the rebound.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Robertson. A 3-pointer off the mark. Here's Clark. He's guarded by Schroeder. Clark, the pass to Jang. It doesn't go for him. And the Thunder going the other way now. The drive by Schroeder. And it's good for 2.
And even though Schroeder might be on the light end of things when it comes to his weight, he remains relentless driving towards the basket.
Jones with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Pass to Jang. They could use a bucket. Unable to get that one. Adams, some nice D. Robertson with it. He's against Anderson. And the dunk by Robertson.
Well, that's pretty quick there. Robertson up off the deck and right to the rim.
So it's the Grizzlies now. 7-point differential. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
And guys, this first meeting always sort of sets the tone for how the rest of the season series will play out. For teams that know each other this well, this initial game is a big one.
Schroeder passes to Baisley. And here is Noel. To the middle. Here's Robertson. Anderson with the block.
Good intensity on defense. Kyle Anderson using the length that time and timing it well to get the rejection.
And the pass to Jang. And finished off by Jang.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Now here's Schroeder. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Pass to Baisley. Now here's Adams. And Robertson has it in the corner. Rebound by Jang.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Sometimes you raise your eyebrows at the things Steven Adams does athletically at his size. Almost impossible to stop him once he's at the rim.
Here's Clark. There's 47 seconds left here in the first quarter. Kicks it to Anderson. Outside, Jones. And he's good on the three ball.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward. Exceptional court awareness.
The drive by Schroeder. Pass to Robertson. Down low. Noel against Bell. Noel passes to Robertson. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Stolen by Anderson. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And high quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And here now the Thunder. Now Schroeder. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Grizzlies lead by 1. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
The toughest position in the NBA night in and night out is the point guard position. You know, every night you look at the board, the coach is pretty much going to say, their team goes as such and such goes. You know what I mean? So that's the toughest part, and that's probably the funnest part, too, because it's competition.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
You know, they really made a lot of good quality reads down there. Took some chances, but feeling more calculated than risky.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Gorgie Dang is out there with Bell. Then there's Anderson. Then it's Jones. And it's Clark in at the 3 spot. Here's Baisley. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Paul's checked in for Robertson. And that one misses.
Well, it's been up and down the last few years for Nerlens Noel, but there are still some impactful numbers for the minutes that he's on the floor as a rim protector.
And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And for Noel, his numbers will never match the visual impact he has on the floor, wouldn't you say?
Oh, he's definitely a player about the little things out there, just being a rim protector, making sure that guys think about him when they're attacking the rim.
First one falls for him. Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant. They play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. And as many times as I could get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation, James Harden's going to be in isolation. If it's Steph Curry setting off-ball screens and relocating for threes, well, I'm going to do that too. So it all comes down to a fit with the player, his skill set, and how the coach wants to use that best.
Now here's Anderson, currently averaging almost 6 points a game.
Well, more and more development on the offensive end, and now in a new system. Anderson capable in the mid-range, and I'd like to see him knock those down.
And on our sideline, our reporter David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. Gallinari, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Dennis Schroeder. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jang. Josh Jackson comes in for Bell. Winslow's checked in for Clark. And it's Morant in for Tyus Jones. Anderson with the block. Now here's Winslow. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And here's Morant. 6 to shoot. Some solid D from Paul.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Memphis leading. There's the lob to Jackson, and stolen by Noel. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The rebound by Anderson.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
He kicks to Morant. Memphis needs to get off a shot here, and the dunk by Jackson.
I think the scouting report talks a lot about Josh Jackson is going to come at you and play downhill. You don't want him to get those kind of shots off. Nice dunk.
Now here's Paul. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari outside. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gallinari's got his first bucket of the night. The Grizzlies have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. There's the pass to Valanciunas. That's good, and that evens things out for him. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
And they're able to recover. Noel finds Gilgeous-Alexander. He gets it in there. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Anderson outside. Pass to Winslow. And the rejection by Noel.
Noel in there to intimidate and does so there.
Ferguson's checked in for Nerlens Noel. And Memphis also making a switch. Brooks checked in. Clock at 4. He dishes it to Valanciunas. For 3. The Thunder pull it in. Muscala's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he hits it to tie the game up. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, we've talked so much about Gilgeous-Alexander's athleticism. This is the reason why, on display.
And so it's Memphis with it. They can look forward to the Cavaliers after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Muscala misses.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Here's Morant following the basket by Chris Paul. Pass to Winslow. Shot clock at 6. Goes up. Valanciunas lays it up and in on the nice reverse. He's got 10.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Well, the Grizzlies coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
The Grizzlies have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
That free throw, no good. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking. Well, for Josh Jackson, not really the sophomore season he was hoping for. Didn't take a major leap forward and saw him fighting for reserve minutes at times.
And now Winslow pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Yeah, you have to be pretty much attentive to where Winslow is, a crafty defender.
And Gallinari kicks to Paul. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. And it's Winslow, that time on the assist by Morant. Morant's got his 3rd assist on the night. Thunder trailing by 7. And with Jackson, Greg, they just need to see more from him.
The upside, it's still there for Jackson, but nothing is guaranteed in the NBA. He needs to keep working on his game to live up to the lofty draft expectations.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Adams checked in. Winslow dishes to Jackson. Back to Winslow. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Ferguson. Offensive rebound. Gallinari looking to end the run. He's off on that one. Memphis leading by 7. Here's Jackson. He sinks the 11-footer. Jackson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Wanting to become more consistent as a threat, especially from the mid-range. Nice to see Josh knock that down.
Passes to Ferguson. Jackson against Gallinari. And he makes that one. Gallinari's got his second bucket of the night.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Morant with it. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Are there any players, Brent, you have been surprised with how good they've become?
Well, last year, the evolution of Pascal Siakam and what he was able to do in Toronto was just out of nowhere. And what an incredible run he had, being a huge part of getting that team into the NBA Finals for the first time. Canada saw finals basketball, the birthplace of basketball.
The Toronto Huskies, you're right.
Pascal Siakam last year was such a huge eye-opener.
How about his game one in the finals? Unbelievable.
Tremendous, and great confidence, and the way that he can play, Kevin, very difficult to match up against. Shooting threes, transition, long on defense. It'll be interesting to see in the years to come how far Pascal Siakam comes in the league.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. He hits the second from the line. Greg, a new look roster for the Grizzlies. They got a lot more athletic this past summer.
Well, Ja Morant and Brandon Clark, their first-round picks, two of the more explosive players in the draft. The Grizzlies last in the league in pace last season. They may have cause to accelerate that tempo this year.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, at 175 pounds and lanky, Schroeder still has some strength, especially on those tough finishes.
And there's the pass to Winslow. Unloads from 13. Nice jump shot. Good. Winslow's got his third bucket of the night.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Gallinari trying to get open. They get it again. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Well, love the aggressive play here from Adams. He gets the shot he wants, and now another opportunity to challenge himself at the free throw line.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
They throw good, Adams. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Jang, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Jordan Bell comes in for Jackson. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Winslow.
Well, Adams has his struggles at the free throw line, but he's making strides in that area and still has work to do.
Here's Morant. Jones, no one around him. Off target with his three.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why. Still, I expect him to make one of those.
Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. Clark, he's checked in for Memphis. Here's Schroeder. He's got 6. Oklahoma City moving it around. Noel finds Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Robertson. Here's Noel. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Great to have Noel active like that, proving how dangerous he can be on the inside.
Here's Jones. He has 6. He kicks to Jang. All alone. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Schroeder passes to Robertson. A second chance effort. Good on that shot, and with that, the Memphis lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Adams.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Here's Clark. 9 points last game out. Pass to Jang. He feeds it to Brooks. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Ferguson, the pass to Noel. Over Bell. Adams trying to free himself up. That one off the back iron and out. Knocks it loose. Here's Clark. And that one, good. Clark's got his second bucket of the night.
You got to know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 6. One-on-one fast break. No good from Clark. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Here's Adams. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Hey, you wonder at times if the offense should explore Steven Adams a little bit more. He collects 2.
Here's Clark. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
And I love that range there from Clark. At this point in his development, it's not as daunting as trying to be a consistent 3-ball shooter.
And now Brooks running the floor all by himself. Outside, Jones launches it, buries it from 3-point range. Jones has got the lead up to 9 now for Memphis. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. Got a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot, Jonas. Good first half for you getting the ball inside, and you look really aggressive out there.
I'm just doing my job, what I need to do, you know, be active in the paint, rebound, get some touches, go for work.
Always good to see a big man who plays big. Thanks, Jonas. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. There. And I'm Kevin Harlan. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. In the second quarter, they made it look easy. They played well at both ends of the court, and suddenly, they're sitting on a 9-point lead here at halftime. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Grizzlies?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Oklahoma City?
Well, look, they turned the ball over way too much. You can't do that in the NBA. Teams are just too talented. You can't give them that many possessions. Don't give away the entire game just by giving up an extra few possessions here and there. These guys need to come with more precision in the second half.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. We're seeing a tremendous game from Steven Adams.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Ferguson in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Now here's Jackson to the inside. Morant. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Well, Jackson just sharing the rock there with the teammate, make the simple play.
And for Coach Billy Donovan of the Thunder, a lot on the line. In his last year of a 5-year contract with the team, the end result of this team will determine his future with the franchise.
Well, this team has never missed the playoffs under his watch, and the interesting thing with the massive trades that happened in the offseason, how much Billy Donovan gets the opportunity now to teach and coach this group of players.
And it's Paul penetrating. Gallinari wide open, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
And he's really mastered the catch and shoot as defenses try to close out. Hard to guard.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Morant. That one drops for him. Morant's got 8 points.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 11. Now here's Paul. He's covered closely. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Winslow kicks to Morant. Back to Winslow. Clock at 6. Pass to Valanciunas. Over Adams. No good from Valanciunas.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Adams. Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
And the first one at the line is good. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
It's been incredible for this team in Oklahoma City to have the type of success and sustained success under general manager Sam Presti, a playoff team in 10 of their 12 seasons in Oklahoma City.
And the rejection by Valanciunas.
So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Brent, for the Thunder, they have a 500 record or better in the last decade. Only one of 3 teams to do that.
A lot of people don't realize the sustained success that's happened here in Oklahoma. And in the decade, they've had the 2nd best record overall, trailing only San Antonio in that regard.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Thunder have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night. That one is off. Well, last season, Terrence Ferguson was a starter for the Thunder, and Brent, he made some improvements in his 2nd season.
Yeah, this is another guy for this team that they're just trying to find not just consistent minutes, but consistency in his play.
And Memphis making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Now here's Winslow. 6 points for him. Passes it to Morant. Takes the 13-footer. The Thunder pull it in.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Paul passes to Gallinari. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Left side, Anderson. No good from Valanciunas.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And the Grizzlies leading by 11. Now Winslow. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball.
Gilgeous-Alexander positioning himself well and knew exactly where to get to in the open space.
For Memphis, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. The pass to Jackson. The Grizzlies with another miss. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Oklahoma City. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander, covered by Winslow, and the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down to 7 on the bucket from Adams. The Grizzlies shooting is leaving some to be desired, just 36% here in the third quarter. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Muscala, he's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. The Grizzlies shooting 47%, pretty solid. Now here's Morant, defended by Paul. Fires from 14. Tries again, and the shot goes in. And that's 13 points for Valanciunas.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
You saw it by that putback there. He is just completely locked in. They're getting full contributions from him right now.
Now here's Paul. He's got 7. And Gallinari kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target from 3-point range. And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Now here's Winslow. 6 points for him. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got 15 rebounds here tonight. Gallinari attacking. 2 points. That one goes. Gallinari's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here is Anderson. Inside. Here's Valanciunas.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Memphis. Valanciunas is... Winslow, the pass to Anderson. And Adams sends it back. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. A different look for Oklahoma City. Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Robertson comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. And Memphis also making a switch. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Valanciunas. Jackson from long range. And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
Well, you look at Paul. He's not quite there, but he's very close to a spot in the starting lineup for the West.
And to have the great season he's having and still not crack the top 5, that just tells you a lot about how terrific some of the other Western Conference players have been.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. Here's Schroeder following the score by Memphis. And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Memphis. Jordan Bell comes in for Jackson. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Justice Winslow. Robertson finds Schroeder. Gallinari right side from deep. No good. Shot missing. Now Memphis takes it the other way. And here's Morant. 10 points for him. Jones looking for an opening. Just 5 on the clock. And Gorgie Jang is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Thunder trailing by 11. Here's Schroeder. He dishes it to Muscala. The shot that time not on target. Good D by Bell. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. That's his first foul. Bell passes to Anderson. He's looking for Bell and finds him. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
I think those are the exact shots that the coaching staff wants Bell to be taking. A smart offensive player who really knows his strengths.
They get the rebound. And Noel throws it down.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Here's Morant. And he gets the bucket. Morant's got 12 in the game.
The delicate touch on display there. Gotta love when Morant lets that floater fly off his fingertips. Beautiful.
And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And Memphis making a change here. Clark's checked in. So it's the Thunder now, trailing by 13.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Anderson with the ball, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Noel knocks it away. Now here's Robertson. Not a lot of room.
Well, Robertson, a nice job that time distributing the basketball, and a dependable player in these offensive schemes if he does that.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They lead by 11. Pass to Bell. Shoots over Schroeder. Bell's shot is good.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Tough last year for Robertson with the knee injury and missing a lot of the season, as he's a defensive staple for this team.
And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morant.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
And with Robertson, his absence last year was definitely felt.
Yeah, it hurt the starting lineup and some of the balance that they had established for the last 3 or 4 seasons with Robertson in the lineup. He raises the level of that defensive intensity on a nightly basis.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. Thunder trailing by 15. Gallinari outside. Three-pointer. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
So fun to watch Gallinari play, especially when he's hitting shots. The long ball, just a total bomb right there, somehow finds the net.
Here's Bell. Rebound by Muscala.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Schroeder. And the Grizzlies shooting the ball at 46% success rate since the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Anderson outside. Dishes it to Jang. Anderson passes to Jang. No good there.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Here's Schroeder, and the rejection by Jang. It's Anderson with the drive. Outside, Jones. Back to Anderson. Five on the clock. There's the dish to Bell. No good on the triple.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's Schroeder. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Anderson right side. Outside, Jones. Nailed from three-point land. Jones has got 12 in the game.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Pass to Robertson. There's 42 seconds left to play in the third. There's Gallinari with the three. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That's his first foul. Brooks checked in for Kyle Anderson. Jones against Schroeder. Jones, the pass to Clark.
Hey, yo, right here.
Now about 10 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Bell. Some solid defense from Gallinari. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's Robertson, and the dunk by Robertson.
Robertson getting out and quick in transition that time. Excellent at running the route in the open floor.
Here's Jones, and the rejection by Noel. And so it's Memphis. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll take a quick break, and then back to the action here. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Thunder trailing by 11. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Bell is out there with Jackson, and it's Jang in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Gets it down to single digits. And that's 13 points for Gallinari.
Sweet shot from Gallo. So many ways he can hurt you.
Now here's Morant. He's guarded by Schroeder. Passes it to Brooks. Here's Morant. Just 4 to shoot. Right at the free throw line. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. Oh, that's blocked. Jackson against Schroeder. The drive by Jackson. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Well, not afraid to be messed with in these situations. A beautiful play there from Josh Jackson.
Schroeder passes to Gallinari. Here's Ferguson. Defended by Bell. Gallinari with the steal. Ferguson goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Well, Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Here's Morant. Outside Jackson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Thunder trailing by 9. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Looking to get it going, and the rejection by Jang. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Now the pass to Jang. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And it's in there. 15 points for Gallinari.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Knocked away. Here's Schroeder. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Well, if you read the scouting report on Schroeder, he likes to get into the basket as close as possible because he's usually good from there.
The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And the first few seasons in the NBA, not an easy time for Terrence Ferguson. Young wings have their ups and downs, but the franchise still very much believes in his talent.
And the Thunder with some changes. Steven Adams comes in for Nerlens Noel. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jang. And it's Justin Winslow in for Jordan Bell. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Coach Taylor Jenkins talked to his team during the break. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
And with Ferguson, the fans can be hard on him. They're expecting more. But, Greg, it's going to take time for him.
You know, Ferguson has already made big strides with his defense. The shot and consistency will come, but the fans will have to be patient with him.
There's Winslow. Gallinari making his last shot. Winslow kicks to Brooks. Memphis moving it around. Just 5 to shoot. To end the drought. The rebound by Steven Adams.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Ferguson. And Winslow pulls it down. Winslow's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Morant. The tray. The shot will not fall. And the Thunder going the other way now. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year. And the shot goes down. Ferguson's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
And so it's Memphis with it, following the score by Oklahoma City. Here's Morant. No good from 11 feet. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter.
This is why you love Chris Paul running your offense. Just move without the ball, find some space, and the ball will find you.
Now Winslow, just 1 point separating the teams. Pass to Morant. Over Gallinari. And it's Morant missing.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
A nice shot by Gallinari.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Now here's Morant. Pass to Jackson. The Grizzlies with another miss.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
Paul kicks to Gallinari. The pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Shot to stop the run. Brooks misses. The Thunder leading by 3. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Gets the bucket and the foul. That's on Josh Jackson.
Coaches love Gilgeous-Alexander and the way that he's working. He's refusing to give in against that kind of airtight defense. Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was one of the main parts of what the Clippers were able to do last year. A lot of people excited about his potential, and now here in Oklahoma City, one of the rising stars in the NBA.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And with Gilgeous-Alexander, he did more and more as last season wore on.
Well, interesting part of this trade is I think Sam Presti thinking about the potential of Gilgeous-Alexander and what he can do in Oklahoma City. Had a very, very good season for Doc Rivers as a rookie.
Now here's Valanciunas. Second shot opportunity. They shoot again. Trying to get open is Brooks. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Valanciunas. Here's Paul, and the rejection by Jackson. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Memphis. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Jackson gets the bucket.
Huge part of off-season for Jackson is to get more and more consistent and comfortable with that three-point line.
Fires it up and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the Thunder lead by 3. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Pass to Valanciunas. Kicks to Jackson to tie it up. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Paul outside. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it over Paul. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Morant.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Here's Gallinari, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 5 assists tonight.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Anderson. Morant passes to Jackson. Paul with the ball. He's picked up by Morant. Here's Gallinari. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
When you're defending Gallo, you have to be careful because he is exceptional at drawing the defense into him when he's shooting.
Well, last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
That free throw good from Gallinari.
Amazing year last year to see Gallinari fully healthy. So valuable when he's out there on a consistent basis, and he can score from anywhere on the floor.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Now here's Morant. Pass to Valanciunas. He dishes it to Winslow. 6 to shoot. over Gallinari. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Winslow.
Winslow's jumper coming along, a great sign for the organization to see his improvement.
Now here's Paul. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Gilgeous-Alexander coming through big time.
Now here's Morant. Defense is right there. Poked loose. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Ferguson. Defended by Anderson. Ferguson's shot is good. And now a 7-point Oklahoma City lead. Memphis has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Timeout called the Grizzlies.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Steven Adams.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. Anderson passes to Valanciunas. Six on the shot clock. Gallinari against Anderson. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more.
Oh, wow. My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. And here's Morant. A floater, and Adams sends it back. Gallinari outside. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. A shot by Paul, nobody around. But they'll get another chance. And he can extend the lead to double digits. Got a piece of it. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Anderson.
Anderson, he excels when he plays in the open court like that and has a chance to make a good decision.
Paul kicks to Ferguson. And there's the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here we go, one-on-one. A nice shot by Winslow. Winslow's got 4 this quarter.
So much fun to watch clutch baskets like that take place, and Winslow delivers there.
Ball outside. 1:04 left to play here in the fourth. That one misses. Winslow with it. Dishes it to Morant. Pass to Valanciunas. Shoots over Adams. No good from Valanciunas. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Here's Ferguson. Pass to Paul. Puts up a 3.
And superb job by Morant there, making sure to contest without fouling. That's how you play defense.
And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And that's an intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And no mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're behind by 7. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Passes to Allen. Here's Melton from deep three-point range. It's hauled in by Adams. Here's Ferguson. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Danilo, transition, big for your team. I assume that was a big focus tonight.
Yes, we want to run, and that's what we have to do every time. So that's what we did, and we played a great game.
Gallo, thanks very much. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.